Hey, what's up, guys? Alright, so we got more spoilers coming out this week for Chapter 271 of Black Clover, which will officially be out on Sunday on the Shonen Jump app around 12, 11 o'clock. But before I get into the actual spoilers, I do want to mention that Tabata, and we're actually going to go over this in the summary for this week's chapter. Tabata mentioned in this week's comment section for authors that he actually caught a cold from his daughter, and because of this, we won't be getting a chapter next week. Now, normally this wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it kinda is, and the reason why it's kind of a big deal is because of the fact that I also mentioned in my I want to say the last review for Black Clover Chapter 270, that we're actually going to be taking a 2-week break in November from getting Shonen Jump weekly, and then we will be picking up again, I believe, in the beginning of December. So I actually just confirmed that before I started this video, and yeah, so we're not going to be getting another chapter after next week's release of Shonen Jump until December 3rd. Which means, since we're missing next week, we're going to miss 3 total weeks without a Black Clover chapter coming out. That kind of sucks. I mean, I get it. Don't get me wrong. Tabata, take care of your health. I'm not going to fault the guy on that. Do what you got to do to stay healthy so you can continue writing this great series. But still, going 3 weeks without a Black Clover chapter is going to fucking kill me. Anyway, let's just jump right into the summary, which should be on your screens now. Okay, so the first line of the summary. Chapter 271, title, Domestication or Assimilation. Oh, I kinda like that. That's a little ominous. Tabata's offer comment. I got a cold for my daughter, but it'll do more harm to me. I need to boost my immune system. Okay, that's like I said, I already mentioned that Tabata caught a cold from his daughter, so he's gonna be taking a break next week, and because of that, we're not gonna be getting a chapter for 3 weeks. Again, kind of sucks, but he's gotta take care of his health. Alright. Oh, now this is really interesting. Line 3. Chibi Leap happens when Asta uses his magic. I don't know why it says magic, it should be anti-magic, but still, Chibi Leap. This is actually really cool because a friend of mine, me and him were just talking the other day and we were both saying it would be really cool if we end up finding out that the Leap has like a chibi form, just like how Nox demons do. So this is actually really cool to find out that we're going to get to see that in this chapter. 4th line, Leap is still confused about Asta's decision, but will trust him to use his magic. Again, just say anti-magic because they can't use magic. Knock. By assimilating the each devils, the specific characteristic can be bestowed upon magic. So, what does that mean? I wonder what that means. So it's like the quirk that the devils have, that each one of their character, like their personalities or something, can be bestowed upon magic and give it some kind of boost. That's kind of interesting, but I wonder how would that work for AMD or for Leap and their anti-magic? I mean, I guess Leap's like immense hatred would give it a boost. I mean, we've already kind of seen that during the Dante fight, where the angrier Leap was, the stronger Asta was. But at the same time, he also kind of lost control of himself during that part. So I'm not sure that's the best option for them to be going, like the best way for them to be exploring a power up, unless they can find a way to control it, I guess. Knock. Asta, in order to become stronger, you need to unite with your devil. Okay, yeah, we've already pretty much figured out what ended up happening. You have no choice but to draw 100% of the power of anti-magic. Okay. I don't think we should be getting to 100% power just yet, because if they do, well, no, never mind, go 100%. I was going to say there might be like a cap at their level then for the rest of the series, but they could always get stronger. Asta calls his new sword the Demon Decapitator. Oh my god, I love that. Demon Decapitator. Alright. Nice. Alright, for now on, Yami's sword, Demon Decapitator. Such a badass name. Asta fights against Noct. Noct can make multiple shadows of himself. Okay, so we got some shadow clone jutsu going on here. Noct hates the phrase surpass your limits. So he kind of hates everything that represents Yami then, because that's literally Yami's key phrase, surpass your limits. He said it at least 100 times throughout the series. 13 pages this week. Okay, so this is actually going to be a pretty short chapter, which, again, the body caught a code, so makes sense that we would get a short chapter this week. Again, that means from what it sounded like from the summary, the chapter is going to be good regardless. It's going to have some interesting plot points, or not plot points, but interesting, scenes and developments when it comes to Asta's training. And you know what? This is better than what I thought we'd be getting, because I figured we would not actually get to see any of the training. I thought we'd actually, skip past it and go over to either Noelle over in the Heart Kingdom or seeing what's up with So the fact that we're actually getting to see Asta training with Noct and, developing his powers with Leap, I'm actually down for it. Okay, so that is the summary for this week's chapter. Let's get into the actual spoiler images, which again, haven't seen yet. So we're gonna be looking at them live and basically getting a clear reaction from them. Again, I'm gonna try to remember. I did it eventually, but I was really late with doing it. But I'm gonna try to remember to put the link to the images and the summary in the description of this video. So you can, if it's there, click on it and just go along with me as I'm describing them. Okay, so let me just click over to the images now. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, alright. Okay, so it looks like we're starting off with the first image, and I guess it's actually going to be the beginning of the chapter, with Nock in his badass dark form, which I did not notice in the last chapter, but it looks like he actually does have a tail. We can see it like just a little bit there on his right side. Now this is actually really cool. I love seeing this image of Nox because again, he looks like the Hunter from Bloodborne, and this is such a great design. I can't wait to see more of it. But it looks like it's pretty much the beginning of the chapter, and it looks like it's going to be the beginning of the fight between him versus Asta and Lieb. Going down to the next image. Oh, alright, so we see Asta is seemingly in his dark form, and we get to see Chibi Lieb for the first time. And I guess this is actually Asta's, first time seeing Lieb in his Chibi form as well. Because it looks like the speech bubble we have is mostly coming from Asta, and it's him yelling about it. But I guess that's what the summary meant, that when Asta activated his dark form, it automatically put Lieb in his chibi form. That's kind of interesting. That'll be kind of cool to see going forward. The two of them are mostly just arguing while Nock just sits there and watches them. I guess he's just waiting for them to kind of, get used to this so they can begin training officially. A little surprised. I actually kind of figured Nock would be the kind of character who wouldn't sit back and wait and just would just start attacking them as soon as they activate their dark form. Go to the next page. Alright, see more Chibi Lieb, him and Asta talking, and well, just like I said, Nock attacking without any warning. We see this really cool image. I guess this is how Nock is going to be summoning his shadow clones. He basically just creates like multiple shadows of himself on the floor. And going on to the next image, and yeah, it seems like he basically uses that like multiple like shadows that he formed on the floor to summon multiple shadow versions of himself. And it looks like they're charging at Asta and Lieb in this part of the chapter. This is actually, I can't wait to see this actually cleared up, because when you get the like spore images, they're kind of grainy and hard to really make out. But I can tell even from this like graininess that this image looks badass as hell, and I can't wait to see it in the clean version. Okay, we see Asta standing ready to face off against the shadow version of Noct. And it looks like this is actually the last page of the chapter, because we have the ending note there at the bottom of the final panel. It's a little weird that they put it in this order, so that, I mean, why not, if you're going to upload the last page, why not just wait until the end of all the spoilers still up to put that one? Going on to the next image. Okay, we get to see another image of the summoned shadow beast. It's kind of clear to see them now. We can actually kind of see their face. They actually do look like they're actual beasts, not just like shadow versions of Noct. Going on to the next image. We see Asta dodging attacks from these shadow beasts, and it looks like he's kind of counterattacking in the last panel as well. Going on to the next one. Holy shit, what is Asta doing in this page? Alright, Asta is doing something. He has his arms extended. He looks like he has... Can't tell which sword that is from this image. It's hard to make out. I want to say it's the Demon Slayer sword, but I can't really tell. But it looks like he's doing something. Can't tell what it is just yet, but he looks like he's attacking or doing some kind of like move right now. Looks serious for about a second, and then we get the final panel. He's kind of looking around, confused. Can't wait to find out what that's about. Okay, now this might be the clearest image we've had so far. And we see Noct and Lieb, or not Noct, Asta and Lieb being attacked by those like shadow hands that Noct used against Asta when they first met to basically calm him down. And they're kind of getting put in, looks like a cocoon of shadow. Okay. Alright, Noct has a lot of very weird and interesting abilities. Abilities that I would like to see. Get away from Black Clover for a second. As someone who is a Boruto fan, at least in the manga anyway, all these abilities that we're seeing Noct use, I would really like to see Shikadai gets over in that series. He's probably my favorite character from Boruto, at least in the anime, and I'd really like to see him, go a step further than what his dad did, who was also my favorite character from original Naruto. So, all these moves that we see Noct use in this chapter, people over there who are in charge of writing Boruto, take some notes, because these are some really interesting moves that we could see Shikadai use as well. And, all right, but enough about Boruto. Let's get back to Black Clover. Okay, and then alright, so we get the final image, and it looks like this is the image where Asta is holding Yami's sword, and he officially names it the Demon Decapitator. Okay, so that is all the spoiler images we get for this week's chapter, and even though we didn't get all of them, considering the fact the chapter is only 13 pages, we did get pretty much the entire chapter. I mean, I think, yeah, actually we got 10 total pages of the 13-page chapter. We're only missing 3 pages, and I doubt those 3 pages had much more context to them. So, yeah, we pretty much know what's going to happen in a chapter, but even still, it's going to be a pretty interesting chapter. We get to see a lot of Noct's abilities, at least some of his abilities with one of his devils, with Modelo. We don't know exactly what his other devils can do just yet. I'm sure we're going to find out more about them as the training goes on. Getting to see that Leeb has a chibi form, amazing. Can't wait to see that develop and how, his interactions with characters like, with Nero when she's in her bird form. I can't wait to see how the two of them interact with each other. And I also saw people talking about on the Reddit page, how is Noelle going to act or react to seeing Leeb in his chibi form? Because we saw how she reacted to seeing Nero and how in love she was with Nero in her bird form. And even in this is anime only, but in the, not last episode, but in the episode before that, of Black Clover, we saw how much Noelle was in love with like that little beaver. So she seems to have a real fondness of cute small things. So I'm sure she's gonna fall head over heels in love with Leeb the second she sees him in his chibi form. Can't wait to see that interaction. Other than that, I'm trying to think what I can think of. Getting to see Asa name his katana that he got from Yami is amazing. Been wanting to find out what the name was going to be for a while now. That's one of two mysteries when it comes to that sword answered. The other mystery is what is going to be its special ability. Each one of Asa's swords has some kind of special ability. This one has to have one as well. I mean, it is just a normal katana that Yami handed to him, so it doesn't have to have a special ability, because as far as I'm aware, none of Yami's katanas actually have abilities. They're just katanas that he uses to be a magic swordsman. But hopefully, by the fact that Asta has laid claim to that katana, that it will be giving some kind of special ability outside of anti-magic abilities. So I'm looking forward to finding out if it does get one, what that will be. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, we're going to be going the next 3 weeks after this Sunday without a Black Clover chapter. I don't know how I'm going to get through it. I mean, at least we have the anime. I know a lot of people aren't really enjoying the filler that we have for the anime. It's been very divisive for these past few weeks because of the fact, or like these past 2 or so months, because of the filler and not getting into the actual story. I know everyone was initially excited for the fact that we're beginning the 6-month training, but we really haven't gotten any training, and that's kind of been holding people back from enjoying it. I personally been kind of enjoying the anime. I kind of really did like that arc we just had with the Devil Believers. That actually, in my opinion, was very nice political commentary on what happened in that world if, the Magic Knights just got possessed one day and started attacking people and gave no real clear answer as to what happened and what went down. But yeah. I did enjoy that. I'm enjoying most of the episodes from the anime, especially this last one we just got this week. It was actually really cool nod to the relationship building between Ghost and Gray. So again, I'm enjoying the anime, so at least I'll have that to tide me over. But for all you guys who aren't enjoying the anime or are basically just holding back on it until we get back to the actual main block, I don't know what you're going to do for the next 3 weeks. But anyway, if you did enjoy the video, give me a like, subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Comment down below with your thoughts on the spoilers, and I will catch you guys. I'm gonna record the video Saturday, so I will catch you guys Saturday morning with the official chapter review. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you later. Peace.